when you have a brand that is making money, you should be very, very afraid. As a new brand owner, if things are not going well, it's easier for you to pull out and get something else doing. But if you have a brand that is already booming, or a business that is booming, you should be afraid. Every day, if you wake up in the morning, you should always think of something to work on. Now, let me tell you something. Whenever I mistakenly sleep in the afternoon, I'm going to have a bad day. I was in Osogbo, not in Lagos. I used to cancel a lot of important meetings just because of school. But then, Lagos is not sleeping. Why am I going to sleep my life away in that Osogbo, Osun State? So I don't sleep. So I leave my system 4 a.m. in the morning, go to bed, and by 9 o'clock I'm up again for school. So I return 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'm going to work all long till 4 a.m. You understand? So I know I'm going to do this for a very long period of time until I'm done with school and I have a proper company where everybody knows their roles and everybody's working for the growth of the company. And then we've gotten to that phase. Our office is six months old now. When we started, the first 1 month, it was very, very, very hard. Like those who wake up, carry a laptop, and then now they have to travel from one part of Lagos to another, and then everything is off when they are coming down to the office. Then okay, now we devise a mean like, okay, good, we have an office, but then none of our bloggers should operate from office, except from content writers who don't get to put up content every day. So other bloggers putting up news, music should operate from their bedroom, and then we are monitoring their progress from the office. In 2011, that was 2 years after I started. I got one. That was actually 20 million naira and a brand new car. Then I don't have a car. So the offer was looking very rosy then. 20 million then as a young boy. I was 21 years old. Then I was like, So I spoke to one of my sisters and she said, no. Do you need 20 million naira now to get anything? I said, no. So don't sell. Continue your work. So they came in 2013 again. Then I was in 200 level. No, that doesn't come, different one. This one came. They came with dollars. I know them dollars now. So they came with I think is $1 million. $1 million. Then we now did the maths, and the maths was 150 million. That's very, very interesting. So 2 days after, we just got one very big announcement, like one blogger did this, and that was like, so all the money we want to sell our company for is what one blogger is using to. Let's continue. So 3 years after, then the mega one came. It was owned by one of the biggest mobile companies in Nigeria. But then they have one investment firm in China. So when they came, one of my big brother in the business was actually the one facilitating the moves, and it was like, let's do this. They plan to open 15 offices around Nigeria, then extend Naijaloaded to Kenya, to Gambia, to Ghana, to South Africa, and then to Rwanda. That was they mentioned 6 countries, 15 offices in Nigeria, and then 1 offices in those countries also. Then probably get a country manager to manage them, then grow our businesses out to the African countries. Then they said they're going to come up with an official car. Then I still have 50% of the business. And then their whole motive for the business is actually very, very, very good. To actually propel the brand to a very, 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 very huge height. But then I posted it on my Facebook. Then somebody called and was like, okay, Makinde, this is so person working for so person. And I was like, good evening, sir. I saw your Facebook advert and I did some investigation and it happened to be true. Whoever the person asking you to sell your business for $3.5 million for 50% is actually a bad person. And probably maybe his own 20% share is amounting to maybe 200 million. Because at then the money was 1.6 billion. Now, the person now said, do you have an office? How old are you? I said, I'm so I just finished school. Then I was doing my extra year, so I was in the last lap of my extra year. When I told him I'm actually doing my extra year. He said, so you haven't worked as a graduate before? I said, no. Wow. Do you have an office? Do you have people working for you official? I said no. So if you can get this over for 3.5 million, now imagine doing all the right thing. You should get for $10 million in less than 2 years now. Okay, good. How many percent are they looking for? Like 50%. No, you said no. If you are giving out 50% or 50 or 60%, that means you and the investors, you have the same shares. Then they can give you an offer and ask you to do. If you said no, you might be in trouble. If you said yes, it might wreck your business. But then if you sell 40% of your business, you still have the lion's share. Then you still have control over their decision. So now tell them you want to sell 40% for $3.5 million, and I told them and they said no. They want 50% or nothing. And I said, okay, good, I'm not interested. And they left. I don't know. If I'm to sell, I can do 50% for nothing less than $7 million. We have 19. We have marketers, we have bloggers, we have brand managers, we have business development managers, myself. I don't know my role anyway. And then we have a lot of people, everybody working towards the progress of the website. I was off AdSense since 2011. In 2014, we were rebranding. So we switched to .com.ng from .com. So we switched. And then we were able to use AdSense again. So what really went wrong in 2011 was not our AdSense account being blocked. It was the domain being blacklisted. So Naijaloaded.com couldn't run on AdSense again. So in 2014, when we changed the domain name, we inserted the link and it comes up again. Then we didn't use AdSense for long when the poll was down because of the Kim Kardashian content. It was on S-rated, and then since then everything has been down again. So, but then one thing I know for sure, if AdSense was to be on Naijaloaded up to this very moment, I can tell you there might not be any Nigerian website that will be ahead of us. Last year, we've been able to come up with Naijaloaded Predict. That's our sport betting branch. Naijaloaded TV is coming up, and believe me, we have some killer strategies, and we believe we'll kill the competition in the video world when NLTV comes up. We are starting our Naijaloaded album sales project. We are starting our PR service. When I was growing up here, I understand life to an extent. And then my mom used to tell me, the way you make your money, some people go through hell to make 1/4 of it, you understand? So this is how, even if I can't give you 1 million, if I'm patronizing you, probably maybe you are rendering me a service. Instead of beating down your price, I'm trying to empower you. Instead of giving you 50,000, you might not value it, and you tell me, okay, Makinde, I'm going to fix this phone for you for 10,000. I won't negotiate with you. I'll just tell you 10,000. So then, during our 5th anniversary, what we did was we didn't have any merriment. What we just did, we went to the motherless babies home. We gave them loads of gifts. Then we thought, okay, it's actually a good way. Then when our NLTV is actually on ground, we hope to do something of that nature again. Money is the word for hard work now. So when you work, you make money. If you don't work, you don't make money.
Personally, what do you use money for?
That's big. That question is very, very big. In 2013-14, I was working on one very big project, and it's actually a kennel in Osun State. It was a big kennel. We have like about 70 dogs, and each of those dogs cost nothing less than 300. So I spent basically like 30 million on the farm. So that was in Osun State, and then ever since I don't think I have any other tasking project again. This office started 6 months ago, and then we have been able to have like 4 interviews. If it was to be last years, then I wouldn't have been sitting here talking to you guys. So we are doing a whole lot of stuff, but then we want the Naijaloaded plans and everything to be going out fine before I can actually decide to work on myself. Okay, this is Makinde's PR. Then I want to get my own face to it, because I know a lot of brands, I know a lot of companies who actually work with bloggers who have their face outside. They wanted Naijaloaded, but they don't know the person behind Naijaloaded. So the next couple of months, we'll be working on that aspect also. I sleep by 4-5 in the morning. I wake up by 11. I'm here at the office by 12 to 1, to 2 sometimes. And then open my laptop, reply my mails, check Naijaloaded server backend, try to restart when it's needed, clear block IPs, and then do anything to keep Naijaloaded running. Yeah, good. I read a whole lot. I put myself as a user on my blog. I don't see myself as the owner. I browse Naijaloaded the way any normal man will. So by then, I learn a whole lot. There's some bugs. I'm able to identify them as a user, and I'm able to resolve them. I'm the technical person there in Naijaloaded also, and I'm not a programmer to the core. But then, if you know how to use Google, in fact, you're almost done with anything in life. So. Wow, Benga Chesson. 1, 2, Akinlabi. I want to be the #1 blog in Nigeria. 2, I want to be the youngest billionaire in Africa. Wow. My simplicity.